Welcome back, and today we're gonna play 1996 if Colin Powell was a GOP nominee. Here is the writing for the general, and yeah, for vice president we're gonna go for Fred Thompson, a movie star and current senator from Tennessee, which is really funny that he was an actor too. It's early July. After a grueling primary, you won the nomination over the likes of Dole, Graham, and Buchanan, who is now running as an independent, so that's going to be something to look out for. We have a few weeks until the convention in San Diego. How do you want to spend that lag in time? We have to go to the Middle East 100%. Let's make a trip to the Middle East to some of our allies like Israel and Kuwait. It will shore up our foreign focused message and bring back memories of the Gulf War. You get some really splendid press in Kuwait, and your speech commemorating the Gulf War makes for some incredible ads. Yep, it's time for the GOP convention in San Diego, and many of the more conservative party faithfuls are not happy with your nomination. But as a presumptive nominee, you have a great deal of input into the convention theme, which you could use to calm these tensions. What will your approach be? Okay, so I think we just gotta go and stick with a general and outsider thing, so I think we're gonna go for this one. Let's show the public our guts and our valor. The Republicans and I have always been up to face any challenge, from the Soviets to Vietnam to the Persian Gulf. Let's have John McCain as a keynote speaker to emphasize that. McCain gives a speech about his time in the Hanoi Hilton, and it really gets the crowd riled up for a fighting campaign, even if it's a little depoliticized. Okay, so electoral vote estimate, we have 289 while Clinton has 249. Powell, wow, we're winning the popular vote, so let's go to New Jersey since it's really close, and I want to see New Jersey red on the map. It's game time. Bob Dole placed your name in the nomination last night, and today you're going to give your speech accepting it. What theme do you want to show throughout the speech? Since we're Powell, we have to stick with anything about the Gulf War, so yeah, I'll give a speech of what it's like to handle a real crisis, focusing on the Gulf War. Clinton has stumbled around in the foreign sphere and has mismanaged government at home. I'm running for president, so our allies will respect us and we have a president who follows the law. Your speech loops in some solid attacks on Clinton while still coming off incredibly presidential, especially as you recount your bravery during the Gulf War. You have chosen Fred Thompson as your running mate, with former Senator Howard Baker officially placing him into nomination. What do you have to say about this election? So, I mean, both of these options are pretty good, but we have to go more for the outsiders, so I think the Watergate one is better. Thompson is a real hound dog with a strong record for doing what's right for the country. From the Watergate hearings to the present day, he's a proud Republican who brings exactly the right kind of energy to our ticket. Thompson goes a decent way to bring back wavering conservatives and has plenty of star power in his own right. Vote estimate, Powell has 309 while Clinton has 229, so yeah, we're doing quite well. Early on, Powell did have a lot of popularity, so we're probably gonna have a harder time down the road, so we have to go to Kentucky. It's really close. From Oklahoma City to Paris, acts of terrorism have become an increasingly persistent threat in recent years, claiming many lives and striking fear in the hearts of citizens worldwide. What will your plan as president be to contain these attacks and to defeat the terrorist threat? I think we gotta be quite, not hawkish on this, but we gotta act tough for sure, so let's go with this. We need to be much more aggressive in our containment of terrorism. We need to identify state sponsors of terrorism and terrorist leaders such as Saddam Hussein or Gaddafi and cut off their support to kill the threat. This is a very aggressive position, but it's not that much out of the mainstream. The Gobara bombings of July still sting many Americans, which helps dull the passion of doves. Yeah, good. After the GOP revolution of 1994, your party's Jacobins, led by Speaker Gingrich, battled with Bill Clinton during the prolonged government shutdown. The reputation of Gingrich has soured immensely as a result, and Clinton has used his antics during the shutdown battle to boost his popularity. How do you want to navigate this complex issue? Thankfully, we're Powell, so we're not going to be connected at all to Gingrich apart from party affiliation, so we can just play it where it lands and let Clinton chatter, yeah. Clinton runs ads tying you to Gingrich, but they don't really stick, yeah, which makes sense, so I'm not even in Congress, so Powell has 355 while Clinton has 183, and Powell is winning the popular vote by 3%, but still, I mean, we could either go for California, but I don't think we're gonna get California. I think we gotta stick for one of these states, so let's go to Alabama, why not? Republicans swept the houses of Congress in 1994, and Gingrich proposed the contract with America 2 years later. 2 years later now, it has lost its political cachet, and many of its proposals have stalled. Your advisors are still recommending you to try to recapture its success. How will you proceed on this front? I think we should still do it, just because, I mean, why not? I don't want to, like, redo it. Let's just do our own thing, so I want to craft my own agenda, similar to the contract, where we can clearly show our own platform, and we will call it General Powell's Battle Plan. That's a good one. Include a copy with every volume of my autography and give them out for free at my rallies. The battle plan becomes a big hit PR-wise. While further motivating your loyal supporters, Clinton calls it planning for a war on the middle class, but it's just noise. Buchanan has been kicking up a storm on his now independent run for the presidency, hopping between news shows in an attempt to dissuade conservatives from voting for you. He has hit double-digit figures in many public polls over the summer. What do you have to say about his candidacy? I mean, do we even have to talk about him? I think we just let's just go with this one. I won the nomination in part by refraining from tarnishing my image with unnecessary attacks. I shall continue to run my campaign as is, and the voters will reject his candidacy by November. I think we can just do that, really. This is fair, but Buchanan seems to be getting increasingly stronger. Maybe he'll burn out on his own? I don't know. I think we just don't have to mention him. Popular vote estimate 320 for Powell. Clinton has 218. Yeah, let's go back to Kentucky. It's getting a bit closer, which, I mean, I expected that. In the wake of your nomination, remain some conservatives who, despite being loyal party men, are uneasy about your commitment to the GOP cause. Given your stance on abortion, are you willing to do anything to persuade these voters? So I think we just gotta be basic. As I stated in the primaries, we should prohibit taxpayer funding of abortion and institute policies like parental notification requirements. I'm also willing to work with Senator Dole and others to appoint pro-life federal judges. So you stay on the same course on abortion that allowed you to win the nomination. Some on the right still see this as insufficient, but you're sticking to your guns, which is always good. What is your view of America's role in the world and the future of our foreign policy as we move on from the Cold War to a new era? If I was Powell, I would talk about, being like big dog in the world, so we're going to be a serious member of the global community, working diplomatically to end threats before we have to go in militarily. As a superpower, we should be active and maintaining peace, not going to war. I think that's the right option. Very neoliberal of you, Mr. Powell. This would have killed Kissinger if he could die. Wait, what? If he could die? This response goes over smoothly, though. Americans get the point. Good. He's still alive, though. I mean, there's a chance that within the recording and this video showing he's dead, but what are the chances of that, you know? So electoral vote estimate 334 and Clinton has 204. There's no way that Kissinger dies between me recording this and the video being uploaded. Let's go to Alabama. Americans seem to be increasingly frustrated with a tax system finding the rates too high and the loopholes too favorable to the rich. A poll showed that 56% of Americans wish to see a major overhaul of the tax code. What is your position on the current rate of taxation? So, I mean, we're Republicans, so we gotta cut taxes. So, oh yeah, perfect. We're definitely going to be reducing taxes sharply. Clinton has raised them far too high, and American families need a breathing room. A standard Republican orthodoxy is always effective when talking about taxes, yet every presidential campaign has to be a bit negative, and this one is no exception. With the pervasiveness of negative advertising seen in the primaries likely to carry over to the general, how do you want to handle your attacks on Clinton? I think because we're Powell, we don't want to be the one attacking, so I mean, if there's an option for our VP to do the attacking, that'll be perfect. Yeah, there we go. Let's have our running mate do the talking. I should keep my image above this all, but he can likely get the job done a little bit cleaner. Thompson slams Clinton in charismatic fashion, giving a series of speeches that play well on television, contrasting Clinton's misconduct in office with Nixon's. Perfect, while bringing up the memories of how he helped expose Watergate. This will definitely help you. Ultra vote estimate, Powell has 306 while Clinton has 232. Still though, I mean, I think we gotta go to New Jersey in a bit though. Let's go to Alabama for not the last time, but for a while. The internet has grown as a medium of mass communication. Pew Research Center estimates that over 20% of Americans are going online. It has also attracted the attention of lawmakers, proposing regulations to control obscenity and data encryption. What do you have to say about this, considering the promise the information superhighway brings? So I think we just gotta be a small government on this, and just, you know, let the free market be. That's a bit tough. Privy, I think that's one. I've been witness to the revolutionary potential new technologies like the internet bring. That's why I oppose misguided efforts to censor the internet through government regulation. Instead, we should encourage parents to privy to what their children see on the net. Many advocates of small government are happy to see you reject censorship. However, concerned parent groups are very upset with this position, especially considering your party affiliation means they expect you to be a bit more moralistic, but still. Oh, what can we do? You've been critical of Clinton's bombing of Serbian forces in Bosnia last year. Do you wish to explain your position on the issue, especially in light of the conflict in Kosovo? It's a bit iffy for me to talk about, so I'm probably gonna have to, as Powell, I have to probably talk about something that Clinton messed up before. And yeah, let's try to dodge this and criticize Clinton for his actions during the Operation Restore Hope and his failure to capture General Ayadid. Yeah, this is a bit of a feeble punch, but at least you're staying in contention here. Most Americans were happy the genocide in Bosnia ended, but they were also unhappy when 18 Marines died. This evens out in the end. Yeah, ultra though estimate Powell has 324, while Clinton has 214. Let's just go to New Jersey. I've been to... yeah, let's just go to New Jersey. I'm not too bullish on the West Coast. Despite commentators' efforts to explain your success in this election as discontent with Clinton, his status quo has seen a major economic boom. How do you feel about our current economic trajectory? This is where we have to talk about something else, because this is really good by Clinton. We'll try to focus less and less on the economy in our campaigning. People know that the Republicans will try to focus less and less on the economy. People know what Republicans want, and they can read our platform, but we should talk more about Clinton's scandals and his foreign policy missteps than anything else. In the words of the immortal campaign and advisor in the sky, no harm, no foul. Buchanan's campaign has run a new ad which shows you rubbing your hands as a grim voice speaks about how you've traditionally supported affirmative action. Zooming in, your notably darkened hands. How do you want to explain? How do you want to handle this new attack? So, we have to criticize maybe Buchanan? But maybe we just let the news reporters do it. Yeah. Oh please, we don't even have to deal with this. He's clearly darkened my skin to make me look scarier. Let's just point that out to a few journalists and let them do the work. The mainstream media starts calling Buchanan racist, and even Clinton criticizes Pat for this. Still, there's a tiny voice nagging at you that maybe those Southerners you used to see outside of Fort Bragg won't care. Yeah, electoral vote estimate, Powell has 309 while Clinton has 229. Let's go back to Kentucky. It's been a while. While speaking in Fort Worth, Clinton made news by indicating he supports an amendment to allow voluntary school prayers, reversing his previous stance. What do you have to say about this? So, I think we gotta attack Clinton on this, but we gotta agree on it, because it's kinda sus that he decided to say this right now. I've consistently supported such an amendment. I'm glad that Clinton came around after some time, but people should also question why vacillated on this issue until the last minute. You have a point here. Clinton's announcement is definitely suspiciously timed. If you want to keep your base in line, you'll do well pointing that out. As the internet grows in use, presidential campaigns have tried to use it to their advantage. Yours is no exception, as you had a website of your own, the primaries. However, as the fall campaign progresses, are you willing to expand your use of the online campaigning? Yeah, why not? Sure, let's do that. Bob Dole had an innovative website during the primaries, and he's a friend of the campaign. Let's hire his people, and maybe they could help us boost turnout via the web. Rob Arena, who managed Dole's website, is brought on board, furnishing your site with innovative designs, QuickTime movies, and even an email newsletter. By November, ColinPowell.org receives tens of millions of hits from eager Powell maniacs. Electoral vote estimate, Powell has 324 while Clinton has 214. Let's go. I mean, we're just gonna focus on these three states. They're gonna be the closest for sure, and Mississippi's more blue, so Alabama time. Increasingly frustrated by his bearing from the upcoming presidential debate, Buchanan has unleashed a slew of attacks on gun control, using your support for the assault weapon ban to claim you're a gun grabber. Like Clinton, how do you want to fight this? Okay, that's a bit of an issue. We don't want to come up as a flip-flopper, so I think we just gotta stick with our guns, really. Yeah. Pat is playing fast and loose with the facts. I said previously, I will maintain the assault weapon ban as is, as a measure to fight crime. But as an army man myself, I will always support the right to bear arms. Way to thread the needle. You stay in the NRA's good graces Well, keeping with the majority of the public opinion, the presidential debates are coming up. How do you feel about this? Yep, I'm fired up and ready to make my case to the American people. You get in some limited attacks on Clinton, but you just couldn't get in that decisive blow to truly end him. Let's just hope this doesn't hurt you too much. I mean, I tried my best, so. Electoral vote estimate 299 for Powell, and Clinton has 239. Oh my god. Well, I think it's time for us to go to Alabama yet again. Yeah. You're standing in a town hall in Appleton, Wisconsin, or Appleton, whatever, where a local farmer tells you he's scared of having the country be run by the man who killed him, Vince Foster. What do you want to say to him? Vince Foster? Oh yeah, I think we just gotta do what McCain did in 2008 with a Muslim question. So, you know, I don't think there's any evidence from that at all. Clinton's a good man who's doing his best with the nation. He's not a murderer, and to suggest this is the sort of gutter politics our nation should avoid. Yeah, there are touching moments that makes national news. Most Americans, including Clinton, are happy to see chivalry in politics. Buchanan tries demagoguing you and calling Clinton a good man, but it never gains traction. Of all the nation's moral panics, none may be long-lasting and as powerful as teen drug use. Despite a general decline in crime, many conservatives argue teen drug use is at an all-time high. How do you want to handle this issue? We just gotta be Nixon 2.0 and do this. We need to renew the war on drugs. Though we need a softer approach? Nah, we need to be strong with this, so I'm going to be launching a renewed war on drugs. There will be no more staff cuts for the drug czar, and no more talk of legislation. Our children are becoming drug addicts. It's high time we have a president who will do something about it, okay? Fiery rhetoric, but who doesn't get fiery about teen drug use? This definitely will help you. Electoral vote estimate: Powell 299, while Clinton has 239, while popular vote we're barely winning it. Let's go to New Jersey, and after that we're gonna go to Kentucky. You are a prominent opponent of Clinton's move to allow openly gay soldiers in the military, and were a key negotiator of Don't Ask, Don't Tell of the compromise. What is your opinion on this 3 years later? I mean, we just gotta give credit to ourselves on this. Yeah, I am proud of this deal. Clinton and I argued, but ultimately, we were able to put together a deal that kept our soldiers safe and sacred, while leaving room for those with more permissive beliefs to be happy. Don't Ask, Don't Tell is popular, except among guys like Buchanan, but sticking to your guns is great. In August, Clinton signed the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Act, a key Republican bill that has radically slashed welfare rolls nationwide and introduced stricter working requirements for welfare recipients. What is your opinion on this welfare reform? And you support continued efforts to change our system? I think we just gotta, we gotta say thank you for the Republicans and just kind of like give them credit on this. I am pleased with this reform. I am satisfied that the Republican Party was able to send petty politics to get something done for the American people. Way to praise your party, but Clinton is likely to reap the political rewards of welfare reform. Electoral vote estimate: Powell has 306 and Clinton has 232. Yeah, let's go to Alabama, why not? Back in the primaries, several conservative activists opposed your candidacy, and they floated rumors that you helped cover up the My massacre in Vietnam. VPAC, a political outfit of Oliver North, has summoned these ghosts again, funding a major ad blitz, repeating these same charges. How do you want to address these allegations? I mean, we just gotta point out that it's ran by Oliver North, so listen, VPAC is run by Ollie North For Christ's sake, let's just hammer on him. It's not like he has any record of being untruthful about the war. North really isn't in any position to call you anything, and the criticisms mostly dissipate when you really start to point out his involvement. People like Nancy Reagan, who can't stand the guy, come quickly to your defense. Nice. Democrat pundits and groups have tried to undermine Fred Thompson's outsider reputation, citing his decade-long stint as a DC lobbyist where he made roughly $1 million. How do you want Thompson to handle this attack, especially in light of the coming debate with Gore? I think we gotta go for like fighting for the good cause on this. So let's have Fred focus on what he was lobbying for. He was fighting for life and for a freer market. I don't exactly see how much there is to disprove of here. Focusing on his conservative history, as you could expect, is a mixed affair. The debate itself goes fine, but people can tell you're making serious overtures to the right for better or worse. Yeah, I mean, there was nothing much we could do. Trouble estimate 299 for us, and Clinton has 239. Let's go to shoot, I forgot that we go to Kentucky. Let's go to Kentucky. Why not? Clinton's so-called Hillary Care plans to achieve universal health care coverage, which famously crashed and burned in 1993. And your party rejoiced. However, what is the Powell alternative to Clinton's failed plan? Let me see. Yeah, I think this one's a good moderate option. I am deeply supportive of Senator Chaffee's Healthcare Act, which would give consumers the benefit of choice while lowering costs and keeping big government out of their hair. Instead of bureaucratic meddling, let's let the people choose what they need. Chaffee's plan is a solid alternative for the Clinton plan, but many hardline conservatives dislike it. While it is rather mainstream, of movement conservatives chaff at it a tad, possibly because it proposed an individual mandate. Immigration, particularly on the southern border, has become an increasingly heated political issue. Many Republicans have suggested many remedies, including denying public health benefits to illegal immigrants. Buchanan has consistently called for a fence to be built on the southern border. How would a Powell administration handle this? I mean, Powell's a child of an immigrant, so I mean, we don't want to flip-flop. So, listen, I'm a child of immigrants, and I want to reject the notion that immigrants from anywhere are anything less than a benefit to this nation. The Hispanic immigrant who became a citizen yesterday must be as precious to us as a Mayflower descendant. And my administration policy will reflect this. Inspiring words that may make your more liberal supporters happy, but Buchanan has a lot of room to work with this. Oh, whatever. Electoral vote estimate. Powell has 306, while Clinton has 232. It's a bit close in Pennsylvania, though. I don't like that. Let's actually go to Pennsylvania. Thought we had in the bag. 2 weeks before the election, the Wall Street Journal reports that Gore appeared at a fundraising event at a Buddhist temple in California, where it appears that the temple illegally raised $50,000 for their campaign. How do you want to take advantage of this October surprise? And there we go. Okay, I just uploaded the Monday video about Al Sharpton. Let's go for this one. Honestly, let's sit back and let the journos handle this. They will make a whirlwind of this. Indeed they do. You can stay on course while every reporter in the country looks to feast on Clinton's carcass. Okay, good. The campaign season is coming to a close and America is getting ready for election day. What theme do you want your citizens to reflect as they get ready to choose who will lead the country for the next 4 years? We need to talk about, my biography and my time as general for sure. Yeah, there we go. Let's keep it simple and focus on my American journey. I've gone from a child of immigrants in the South Bronx to leading our country in battle against the Middle East's most ruthless dictator. My journey is proof that America can do anything, and if you elect me as your president, I'll prove it to you once again. A truly inspiring speech, albeit a bit apolitical. It's exactly the kind of charisma you ought to be showing, though. Ultra vote estimate: Powell has 330, while Clinton has 208, and we're leading the popular vote by 2.5. Ooh, where should we go? I think we're gonna go for Alabama for the last time. Yeah, it's the last day of campaigning. It's gonna be really close. Oh my god, it's gonna be really close, it seems. Where do you want to go before the polls start to open? Hopefully we can get Georgia and Mississippi. That'd be ideal. And hopefully it also goes with Kentucky. So we're gonna make a last minute attempt in the South, which is really odd for a Republican, but we need at least Alabama to go for us. So we could either go for Ohio, West Coast, maybe Oregon, or the Eastern Seaboard. But we gotta. I mean, he's from New York, so it really won't matter much. So, despite our best efforts, Pat is taking too much from us in the Deep South. Let's go to Alabama, Mississippi, and all the other states in the South to ensure we don't lose those votes. Never a good sign to see a Republican fighting for the South. As you take your trip from New Orleans to Tampa Bay, but hopefully this will be fine anyways. Let's hope the Bradley effect doesn't ruin the night. Oh yeah, he was like some mayor, governor, or no, he tried to become governor of California, I think. Election night has arrived. Settle in and wait for the returns, however long it may take. Best of luck. Okay, we just gotta wait now. Indiana, there we go, finally. Indiana goes for us by 17%. Damn, it's taking long. Oh wait, Virginia goes for us by 10%. I think it's our home state, or I mean, it should be. South Carolina goes by 8%. Kentucky goes for us by 1.4%. Ohio goes for us by almost 8%. North Carolina goes for us by 5%. West Virginia goes for Clinton by 7%. Georgia goes for Clinton by 2%. Tennessee goes for Clinton by 4%. We got Alabama by 2.5% or something like that. Mississippi goes for Clinton by 2%. We get New Jersey. We have New Jersey by 3%. Congratulations, you won this year's election. Okay, so as you saw, we got Pennsylvania by almost 4%. Wisconsin goes for us by 6%. Michigan goes for us by 1.9%. New York, where Powell was born, I think, goes for Clinton by 15%. Yeah, Minnesota goes for Clinton by 3%. Arkansas, easy W for Clinton by 14%. California goes for Clinton by 3%. Oregon, oh man, that was close, goes for Clinton by less than 1%. And yeah, Kentucky is a W for us. Whew, that was closer, but I'll take it. Rule number 1. It ain't as bad as you think. It will look better in the morning. You go to bed thinking you lost, and you wake up seeing yourself winning that last state. You breathe a sigh of relief as Alma begins to sob and Bill Bennett pops open a bottle of champagne. It was closer than what the earlier polls suggested, which is true. But you did it. You actually won. While you were sleeping, you got 2 voicemails. One was from Clinton, giving you a gracious concession call, while another one was from Pat, who called you an abortion lover. Either way, you're satisfied. It appears that Congress has stayed with you as well despite your narrow victory. Overall, you'll have a healthy majority with which to pass your agenda, cut spending and taxes, and balance the budget. Maybe you'll even figure out a way to keep Medicare and Social Security solvent. Though with your victory margins, you nabbed. Not much will probably change on that front. Your personal mandate might be a tad slim, but you have plenty opportunities to enlarge it in 2000. Regardless of how close it is, you can still celebrate. You're going to be the first black president of these United States. You've truly proven that even a child of immigrants can make it to the White House. Congratulations, General Powell. The nation salutes you, Mr. President-elect. So, that was a good read, I won't lie. Pretty good job here. So, we won with 299. And let's go to 1996. So, this was a fun mod. A bit too many questions, I won't lie to you. That was really the only bad takeaway I would say about this mod. Too many questions. So, as you can see, Clinton in our timeline, of course, won. But, let's see. We got 299. And we got the popular vote. We won the popular vote barely by a bit more than 1 million voters. Yeah, Clinton actually got more. Yeah, he got 47. We got 45. Bill Clinton, 239 electoral votes and 44 million votes. Yep. And while Pat Buchanan did me, I had fun. I hope you also had fun. This was a great mod overall. I had a lot of fun. It's really good to see a mod that it goes into this really in-depth of an alternate timeline. It's always good to see these mods being made, and I hope, you know, we see more mods like this in the future. As always, feel free to leave suggestions on what videos you want to see be made in the future. And there we go. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video.